What's going on, everybody? What's going on? GD, and Samzabar. I am out here doing a little bit of fishing. We are fishing for basically whatever is biting. I'm gonna be trying for panfish and for carp. So I got that rod, that little rod that you see out there is for carp. And then I got a little kind of panfish rod that I'm trying for. I'm gonna put a night crawler on it. But we don't have a whole lot of open water, so I'm fishing one of the only spots with open water. A lot of ice. It's not thick enough to walk on, but it is pretty icy. So I'm at probably one of the only spots that you can actually walk out there. So GD, shout out to GD's dad. Sounds good, GD. Shout out to GD's dad. Go check him out if he's got a channel or whatever. That's good. But yeah, we are gonna see if we catch anything, guys. I just got set up. Don't have a whole lot of time to fish. The sun goes down really early now. But we're gonna give it a shot and see if we can catch at least something for y'all. I'm gonna get my line hooked up here for panfish and send it on out. Man, so I got some worms. These worms are still alive, and I've had them for a couple of weeks now. A lot of times worms go bad, but I've been keeping them super cold, so I think that helps. Yeah, we're gonna see if we can catch some of these little panfish. You know, I try for something bigger, but it is hard to catch bigger fish other than like carp in the cold. I'm not saying it won't happen, but I'm thinking we're going to be more likely to catch something like a bluegill, crappie, something like that. The crappie bite is decent from what I hear, so maybe we will hook into one of those. Hopefully we do. I've hooked into crappie out here before, so it can definitely be done. I'm gonna send out a little, I got a little wire panfish hook. We're just gonna send this guy on out there, see if we hook into some crappie, hook into some bluegill. Might even catch some bass. But like I said, it is super, I mean, it's pretty warm today, but it has been super cold, which is why it is a mostly frozen over pond. Ultralight fishing and also fishing for carp. That little rod that you see there, that's a little like Zebco rod, and it is actually hooked up with a 50-pound line. So it'll handle some bigger fish for sure. Here in the UK, it's been raining a lot. Nice. Yeah, it's Hasn't been raining a lot, but yeah, it got really cold. And it warmed up, like I said, warmed up this weekend. I think it's like 9, or no, probably like 7 degrees today, 7 degrees Celsius. So it feels really warm, but even yesterday was super cold. I mean, probably like -6, -7 Celsius. How's it going? Wheaton Shirt 9, how's it going? Thanks for watching. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten the bike yet. Put some more corn on this guy. Hopefully everybody's doing good though. Thank y'all for watching at the yard. Really appreciate the support. I'm just rigging up my other pole here. Put a little more corn on. Winter fishing, guys, winter fishing. Howdy, 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 you boss. No time. Yeah, it has been a long time. Sorry about that. How's it going, Stuart? How's it going, y'all? I was just hooking up my line. I had to put a little more corn on. So we're going for carp and for panfish. Either crappie or bluegill, more than likely bluegill. But I have caught crappie out here, and I've even caught crappie on night crawl. I just have some night crawlers for bait and some corn for bait. So I got one line out there with corn, and the other line out there is with a little night crawler, and just trying to catch something. But it has been super cold, guys. That's why I haven't been doing a ton of fishing recently. Like I said, it's been super cold out here. And it did get a little bit warmer this weekend, but this is about the only spot on this pond where you can fish from, and the ice is still too thin to actually walk out on, but you can, it's got about this much shoreline here to fish from. So we're gonna see if we catch something. But yeah, it's been super cold, so guarantee you floating that 90 off the bottom. Yep, it's just right off of the bottom. I got a little bit of split shot on there, and then the night crawler's rigged down about 1.5 feet from that, and yeah, should just kind of be floating up off the bottom a little bit. I also got, and then the other one, yeah, is just with corn. But we'll see, guys, we'll see. Yeah, it's been super, super cold though. Like I said, I mean, it was in the 20s for this last whole week. And I don't really do a lot of ice fishing. I don't have an ice auger, and I don't have, an ice hut or really any ice fishing equipment. That being said, I could go ice fishing. I am going to try, I'm thinking one of these days going out to a place called Navy Pier. It's pretty close to downtown Chicago, and they do a lot of perch fishing out there. From what I understand, the big lake, like Lake Michigan, is still open for right now. I mean, it's not frozen over yet. So when it freezes, I don't really think a lot of people go ice fishing on it, but yeah, when it's still open, I think the water's really cold, like 35 degrees, so it'll probably freeze in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, we'll see. I know they do a lot of perch fishing, and I'll give that a shot. Probably this week, maybe even this weekend. I'll try to go tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe I'll be able to. I'll see if I can swing going tomorrow. It's kind of, from what I understand, is a big like Chicago tradition, perch fishing off of Navy Pier. People really get psyched about it, which I understand it is one of the only kind of types of fishing you can do in this weather. I mean, the bass fishing is pretty much all done for the year. Fortunately, this little section of ice-free water here is right around a bunch of structure, and it's decently deep, so hopefully we hook into something here pretty soon. I'll give that night crawler out there another couple of minutes and then switch it up, into a different spot. Just keep kind of moving things around. From what I understand, the fish are not as active. So you got to kind of put the bait where they are. I've been doing decent on trout lately. Last week, caught 2 around 17 inches. Nice, yeah. It is really cold, yeah. But that's awesome. Those are nice sized trout. Nice sized trout. I'm guessing there's probably still a few stock trout swimming around in some of the lakes around here, lakes and ponds around here. So I will probably give that a shot sometime. I know they get hammered pretty good, around here. Everybody pulls tons and tons of them out, but I'm guessing there's got to be at least a few of them still in there. And those, I know trout bite when it's really cold. They like colder weather, so that helps for sure. From what I understand too, I need to find like places where warm water discharges. Like that's a good spot to go, I guess. So meat was really orange, looked good. Oh man, that's awesome. That is awesome. Most of the time, the trout that I get, they have kind of a whiter meat to them. But yeah, that sounds really good. Probably go downtown to do some fishing again sometime. From what I understand, like right downtown in Chicago is usually a pretty good spot to go because they do have a lot of like warm water discharge, I guess, from the like heating machines and whatnot that they heat the buildings with. So we'll give that a shot sometime. It always seems like my downtown fishing videos do pretty good too. Nothing on that, so nothing even try to take them off. We'll put it in a little bit of spot. I am using a super low to the ground tripod right now. I got a new tripod. I wanted to try a really low one just because some of the places I'm going to be going out fishing, I figured I'd want a low tripod just because I don't want the tripod actually kind of, getting blown into the water or something. So I'm using one with a little lower profile. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it, but this is the first day of using it, so sorry if the camera angle is a little lower than normal. That's the reason why. There you go. You can see the rod a little better now. So yeah. Ah, perfect, perfect. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna try to keep doing live streams. Not sure how much. Like I said, I don't do a lot of ice fishing. I don't really got the gear. Maybe I will get a ice auger, but when it gets cold, the bite really slows down, and no. Even if there was some open water this last week, it got in. Like I said, it was in below 20s, probably colder at night. So, and with the wind chill and everything, it was just brutal. So that kind of puts a little slowdown on the fishing, I think. I'm already looking forward to spring. Then it gets dark super early now. I mean, it's not even, I mean, it's only 4:10 and it is, the sun, as you can see, going down. I think it's almost the darkest day of the year. I think that'll be on like the 21st of this month or so. Fortunately, I did manage to take, I have more videos to upload. I guess I have more videos and like shorts and stuff. I'm really bad about editing my footage. So but I guess if I'm not going out to live stream, I can edit some of the fishing that I've been doing these last couple months, you know, edit some of the footage into some long form videos. These temps will even wear pants at that point. Yeah. 22nd, I think, winter solstice. Okay, yeah. So we're getting close. We're getting close. The nice thing is after that, the days are going to become longer. Although it usually gets colder. I've noticed, you know, the days do get longer, but I think February, last year out here, February was the coldest month. That was like when the lake froze over and it got super cold. I mean, last year we got negative 20 or 30 out here. I think like with wind chill, like up to 40 or so. I mean, it got really, you know, it was cold, only like that cold for 1 week in February, but it got super cold. We had a big like Arctic blast or something, I think they called it. I remember when they just called it winter, but now they always have these names made for thumbnails and stuff like Arctic Blast and Polar Vortex. Really, I guess it's just out here in the Midwest, it gets cold in the winter. This year's been weird though, because it was really hot all the way up until it got freezing cold. So, I mean, the rod holder's falling again. Which I guess, from what I heard, kind of threw the salmon fishing a little bit. It was so hot. They all got that lockjaw. I don't know though, I'm hoping the carp will bite that corn here in a second. I mean, the carp, I know, they're a pretty cold weather fish. So carp will bite, they'll move around even when it's cold, from what I've seen, They are pretty similar to goldfish. I used to try to keep fish before. I had pet fish, I had like tropical fish, and then I remember the goldfish were not tropical, so they had to have like cooler water, whereas the tropical ones, you had to put a water heater in for them and everything. So that's about all I know about fish biology. But I know carp are basically goldfish. They're the same as koi, I guess, so they should be fine in cooler water. Getting some wind now. No bites yet though. You know, now that all the kind of leaves have gone and the shrubs have all died and everything, this park feels way more in the city. I mean, I can see the big, I guess, Western Avenue there. It's kind of a big street, and it's way louder here than it was, you know, kind of in the summer and stuff. I think the leaves kind of absorb some of the sound. Definitely feels more urban. Let's see. Still no bites. Thinking about moving that worm like one more time. Maybe try casting it in a slightly different spot. Because that's still hasn't gotten any bites, so we'll see. Worm is still on there, guys, still on there. So we're going to put it one more spot. Hopefully that'll do something. Let's see. I actually ended up casting it on the ice. Had to kind of pull it on back. Yep, actually, no, that's exactly where I ended up putting it. It is right on the edge of the ice right there. So right about what would be the corner of your screen right now. So I cast it out and it hit the ice and I reeled it in. And yeah, we're gonna see if that'll do anything. So let's see. Hopefully, yeah, something will be kind of swimming along the ice edge, maybe. We'll see if it'll work. That is really pretty sunset, though, I gotta say. What you using for bait? Hey, how's it going, Cod Pro? How's it going? I am using a night crawler for bait on that blue pole, and then there's a little red pole that's kind of more laying on the ground a little bit, but on that one I got corn. So the night crawler, I'm trying to catch bluegill or crappie. And then the red pole, I'm trying to catch carp. So we'll see, guys. We'll see. Good to see you again. I haven't done a lot of streams recently. It's been super cold. I'm fishing the only spot on this pond without ice. It got to like 20 something degrees and even colder at night this last week. So it's been really cold. A little too cold for my taste, you know. I'm not a huge cold weather fishing person. When it gets really cold, you know, part of the fun of fishing, I think, is getting to enjoy, you know, the nature. And it's a little harder to enjoy it when you're freezing your butt off out there. That's what I think anyway. Some people really love the cold. I definitely like warmer weather better. Because if it's too hot, you know, you just drink water, you'll be fine. Plus, you don't have to move around a lot, you know. But when it's cold, like when it's really hot, you can just sit around and wait, you know, with your lines out, and it is, you know, relaxing. You're not getting overheated. When it gets cold, sitting around doing nothing, like, you know, waiting on the rods gets to be a little more challenging, I find. Just got to really bundle up, I guess. I want my 78 to 80 degrees back. I do as well. Like I said, I am really looking forward to like April. I'm thinking like March will still be cold-ish, but April and May is when the weather out here just gets really nice. In June even, but June, you know, it can be a little bit hot. April and May, some of the best weather, I think, in the Midwest. April and May, and then kind of like the late September, early October time frame is also pretty good weather as well. So I guess I live in a place where there's only like 8 months out of the year or 4 months out of the year that are really good weather, and then the rest of it is either freezing cold or pretty hot. Cod Pro, I like the weather. Nice. Yeah, out here in Chicago, like I said, it's kind of cold. But that's just part of it. Brandon says, same, I live in Pittsburgh. Oh, nice. Yeah, I imagine it's cold out there too. I've driven through Pittsburgh, haven't really like been there before, but I've heard it's a really nice city. I need to go visit that place sometime. Seems nice. I like the weather, kind of, says Cod Pro. Okay, yeah. Cod Pro, you're in Florida, right? So it's usually, I'm guessing it's quite a bit warmer down there. Caught a nice bass the other day. It was 30 degrees out here. Nice. That is awesome. Catching bass in the wintertime is a little bit more challenging, I find. Catching any fish in the wintertime is usually a little more challenging. It always seems like the bite slows down, you know, a little bit during the winter. Definitely, it's beautiful. Go to a Pens game or a Steelers game. It's awesome. Nice. Yeah, I'll definitely, that is on my list of places to go. Never really made it out there. Drove through there on the way to like New York and stuff, but yeah, I need to check it out. Pennsylvania is a really, I think, kind of underrated state. It's definitely got some mountains in it. I remember that much. You know, a lot of like big hills, mountains, all that sort of stuff. Because I always thought of like Colorado, you know, as like a place where there's mountains. Colorado, Wyoming. But yeah, it's definitely like that out there. Brandon asks, what are you fishing for? I'm fishing for a carp and for panfish. So that blue rod is hooked up with panfish, and then I have a little like a Zebco Dock Demon, I think it's called, and that is hooked up. Well, I spooled it up with 50-pound line and then have it out there for carp. So Matthew VR, how's it going, Matthew VR? What state am I in? I am in Illinois. I'm actually in the city of Chicago. So this is a little park inside of Chicago. It's like a little 4-acre pond. I go out here and fish this little pond all the time. And yeah, I go out, I bass fish here, I carp fish here, caught tons of carp, do okay on the largemouth bass. And I also know it is loaded with like panfish. It's got some channel cats. I say some channel cats. A lot of the channel cats, I think, do get kept out of here. I don't think you're like supposed to keep the fish out of here. It's like a catch and release pond only. But yeah, people will definitely keep those channel cats from what I've seen. Matthew VR, I'm in New Jersey. Nice, nice. How is the fishing out there in New Jersey? How's the weather out there in New Jersey? I'm guessing it's pretty cold out there as well. It is a little warmer today. It got up to like, I think 38 degrees, maybe 40 degrees this afternoon, and it felt like summer. But it's going right, you know, the sun dropped and the temperature is dropping right back down again. Yesterday, though, it was in the 20s. New Jersey, good. It's below freezing. Yep. Like I said, this is the only spot on the lake or on this little pond that is not icy. So that's why I'm out on this particular spot. It warmed up a little bit. We had a little bit of rain, so that's why maybe some of the ice melted. But this last week, it's been brutal. I mean, it got into the teens at night, so that's how cold it got. Have you seen any of those drones out there, Matthew? I know there's like a UFO drone, UAP, whatever they're calling it, like phenomenon out there in New Jersey. I'm surprised they still don't know like what those are or whatever. You know, it's always, I've been kind of been following that. I'm like, that's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. They look really big too. And they don't even look like the normal kind of like drones you can get from like Walmart or something, or you see on TikTok blowing stuff up. Like these look like giant drones. Do you know your states? A little bit, Matthew. I've been to most of the U.S., so there's only a few states I actually haven't been to. I haven't been to Alaska, Hawaii, Oregon, Utah. Or Louisiana. And I think that's it. Oh, and I haven't been to like Maine or Connecticut. Anywhere north of like New York City, I haven't been up, you know, in that area either. State capitals. No state capital for you. Oh, okay, you're okay. 4th grade, nice. Well, keep on studying. Do good. Magnus Fisherman. How's it going, Magnus? Have I caught a fish yet? No. Haven't got one yet, but I am hoping to. It is just really slow. This pond is almost completely iced over, which doesn't really help. But yeah, this is the only spot on the pond. It's like a 4-acre pond, and there's like a little patch of probably 200 square foot or so that isn't icy. That's kind of where I'm fishing in. But we will see. Using Nightcrawler for bait. Got on Nightcrawler and I have on corn. So one line I got with corn for carp, and the other one is with the Nightcrawler, kind of fishing for crappie or bluegill. Have you done any fishing, Magnus? I have been fishing, but only a couple cutthroat trout. Awesome. I have never caught a tuna, Matthew. Never caught a tuna. Cutthroat trout. That's awesome. What state are you fishing in, Magnus? Because yeah, cutthroat trout, we don't have any like natural trout streams around here. Well, technically, I think there might be like 1 or 2 natural trout streams in Illinois, but they're pretty hard to come by just because it's still a little bit too warm where I'm at. They're more up in Wisconsin. It's where you get into like the natural trout streams. And I guess you got trout also in Lake Michigan, like brown trout and steelhead or rainbow trout. But Lake Michigan is its own beast. I think it's a little easier to catch fish in, smaller bodies of water because you can find them easier. Lake Michigan is challenging because it's a big body of water, and it is, the chances of them swimming by your bait is less. But there are definitely really big fish in there. It just helps to have a boat or something, with a good boat and a good fish finder. So I've done a charter trip before on the lake, and that's fun. You really get into salmon out there like that. Oh, the geese are landing. Out here. Looks like I forgot my headlamp. Let me see if anything is good. This corn out here. All right, everybody. Thank y'all for watching. Unfortunately, guys, this particular location closes at dark, or at, I guess, sunset. Yeah, sunset. And the sun is now like fully set, and they're gonna come lock the gate pretty soon. I see the like park ranger vehicle kind of stopping, so they're gonna come kick me out because they can see me here. I'm gonna end the stream now, but thank y'all for watching, and sorry we didn't catch anything on this one, but that's how it goes. Y'all have a good one, and stay tuned for more. Thank you again, and I will see y'all later. Have a good one.